Are you paying for questions? Gary says he's paying for questions.
So I'm just saying, it's a good monetizer.
All right, well, this lady is standing right in my way, so.
I think that you could be sitting there and saying, it's all fine and dandy. That sounds really cute, Gary, but I don't have health care, and fuck this, and da-da-da-da-da. Listen to me. The world has changed.
Yeah, I know.
Big time. Eyeballs are everywhere. The world's going this way. There's 9 billion niches that are going to be filled, and people are going to make money. Lots of you in this room are going to make money talking or working in what you love. To be scared to go into this space because you don't think you get it, or it's not right, or I've never used a computer before, is not a good enough of an excuse. It's just not. Really, I'll be honest with you, at some level, you have no choice. Because I'm telling you, this is good stuff. You've got to get in the trenches. It's good. It's delicious. You'll like it. And you can build a business. And you can build big businesses. There's just, I see it from every angle. You know, I'm dealing with a lot of brands that have told me flat out, take $3 million from our TV budget. I want you to go spend it creatively. And honestly, I desperately want to give it to you. Dude, please talk about something that you love. I will give you straight cash.
Yeah? Hey, I got it. All right. Do you want me to do it? Okay.
I have 2 questions. Do I get $10?
$8.50 volume discount.
Oh, there you go.
First question, you talked about the guy who did the Red Sox blog.
Yes.
And I'm wondering how he got the eyes, because I've done blogs, but I think I'm like the only one reading it. And number 2,
Hold on. Let's stop. Hold on. You've written blogs and you're the only one reading it. Here's my question. Don't bullshit. Promise? Because then you'll screw it up for everybody. And it's not about me. I'm going to win regardless. All right? How much time did it take you to write the blog?
Maybe an hour each.
Okay, good. Very good. How much time did you spend after that in other blogs becoming part of the conversation, not leaving the link back to yours? So what would you write the blog about? Hungarian wine?
I had 2. One about Hungarian wine and one about the paranormal.
Jeez.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
All right,
Hungarian wine is
very
pretty
cozy in that space.
Yeah.
Don't bullshit, because you know I'm going to look it up and do a video and call you out and destroy your career. All right, so let's stay chill on this. You wrote a blog post.
Okay.
How much time did you then spend on E. Robert Parker becoming part of the conversation, the Wine Spectator Forum, Tanzer's Forum?
Wine Spectator Forum I did
How much?
post to, just once.
You posted one post.
One.
Okay. How much time do you spend on other people's blogs, like Vinography, and just leaving comments, even if it wasn't about Hungarian wine, it was about wine, and you just left your 2 cents. You're not doing a hard sell, but you're becoming part of the community that talks about wine online. How much time each day do you spend on it? That's why you lost.
And
Because what I did...
my blog on that post, is that what you're saying?
So I'll tell you the execution that worked for me. Here's what I did. I sat down and I taped Wine Library TV. And it took me 20 minutes because it's one take, and if a bee flew in the screen or the lighting fell or the wine tipped over, I didn't give a shit because that's real. I would tape my show.
That's how
That would take me 20 minutes. And the next 15 hours every day, I went and did the stuff that I just told you about. I would go to blogs about wine and read an article about Zinfandel and be like, dude, you are so right. Carlisle makes some sick Zin. It's much better than the Turley that most people think is so awesome. Good shit. And then I'd go somewhere else and be like, dude, you were so wrong about the Chateauneuf de Pape. 03 is way too hot. It's the kangaroo vintage of France. This is a past. These wines are dead in 5 years. I did that for 14 hours every day. For 18 months before Conan finally put me on TV and changed my career. But, so here's what I'm getting at. When I left those comments, I didn't say go check out Wine Library TV. Now when you've left a blog comment, which many of you have, they give you the ability to put your homepage, so my name linked back to Wine Library TV. But there was never, you know, I didn't do an episode on Greek white wine and then go out and find every Greek white wine post and then say, yeah, I agree with you and you should check out the Greek white wine episode I just did. People know. Nobody's stupid. People know when you're there to build something, and people know when you just want to become part of the community. If you want to just become part of the community, you've got a substantial chance. If you went to that cocktail party and said, hey, I'm in the Hungarian wine business, I'm in Hungarian wine business, I'm in Hungarian wine business, I'm in Hungarian wine business, that is not going to work. But if you're going to be like, Mark, how are your kids? What's going on? What football team do you like? Do you like burgers? I mean, that's the shit that wins. And that's what needs to be replicated online. Everything that you guys have done to be successful in your careers is replicated online and works double because the voices are louder. See, the difference is when you did something great for a customer back in the day, if the biggest yenta on the Upper East Side had something good happen to her with a brand, she maybe could have told 40 people. Now, you can tell 50,000 people in one shot. And so the voices of the individual person is so much greater today, and word travels so much more. So doing good is the game. What was your second question?
Second question is, I'm on Twitter. How do I get more followers?
First, you start with this. You stop giving a fuck about getting more followers. Thank you. That's number one. It's not about talking. I don't care how many followers I have, and I never did, and that probably has helped me get a lot. I cared about listening to every other conversation, and if this was a cocktail party, I just want to paint this picture because it's the game. And, you know, if you and Mark are talking about Pinot Noir, I'd be like, hey, yeah, what are you guys doing? You know, that's a good game. Oh, that Pinot? Yeah, that's good stuff, or that's bad stuff. It's about listening. Forget about how many Twitter followers you have. If you spend 4 hours a day searching terms that are relevant to your world, if you search Tokai every day the way I do, you'd have more people care about your Hungarian wines. Thank you.
Thanks.
How do you earn money on your blog, and do you like wine?
How do I earn money on my blog, and do I like wine? So I'll answer the second one because it's really easy. I love wine. I'm very passionate about it. But I'm more passionate about branding and building businesses. But I'm probably like that with wine. So I love wine. It's been good to my family. It's something I like. It's healthy for you. I don't know if you heard it. But a little bit. Yeah, don't drink a lot. So here's what I think separates me always from a lot of my counterparts. I fundamentally believe that when you build a business, it's a marathon. And everybody in our society right now wants to run a sprint. So everybody's on their second day of blogging is saying, where's my money? You fucking wrote 2 articles, dick. So, here's how. I was patient. Now, a lot of people like to point out, well, you already built a $40 million company when you started Wine Library TV, and that gave you the ability to run a marathon. Well, let me tell you this, pal. Wine Library was hurting when I started Wine Library TV. I'd run the company, I was the backbone, I was the engineer of that ship. Wine Library, harder than kind of not having it at first is having it and then losing it. Do you know what it was like watching Wine Library, a company that I ran for 8 straight years at 25% growth every month? I didn't even want to wait to the end of the year. Month on month had to be better. We crushed it. And then the first month I started Wine Library, the first day I started Wine Library TV, it's tough to run a big retail company when you're spending 15 hours a day answering what wine goes with chicken, right? So I started seeing our business go down, and that was scary. A lot of lives were in my hands, a lot of my friends, people that have become friends in the business. It's about being patient. Right? The way I make money, a lot of different ways. I signed $1 million book deal. I get paid, $40,000 to speak at events.
Wow.
I get paid $50,000 a day to consult for a company.
Damn.
I sell shit.
At least he's transparent about it.
I do.
No, that's cool.
So, but
He tells you what
that's
his rates
I'm
are
good at.
and what he does.
I didn't get to talk about it as much
Man,
as
that's
I'd
cool.
like. You have to know who you are. Some of you in here can create content with the best of them. You are so passionate about billiards, pool, that you just crush anybody's knowledge. You know so much more. But let's be honest, you couldn't make $1 if I gave it to you. You need to go out and find a business partner. On the flip side, you can sell some shit, but honestly, you can't put 2 words together or a sentence. So you can't communicate maybe a passion. You need to find a partner. For me, I got lucky. I knew I could do the business part. I ended up being better at the content stuff than maybe I even anticipated. But you have to be honest with yourself. You have to go in the mirror tomorrow morning when you brush your teeth and say, all right, enough with the bullshit. Enough, you know what? I'm going to vomit in my mouth the next time somebody says they're going to be the Oprah of blank. I hear that every day, 40 times a day. Just be real with yourself. You know who you are. Try to do what you think you're best at. What I've always been good at is positioning myself to win. I couldn't win in school, so I poo-pooed it and started selling baseball cards.